Hey guys, so this is a tutorial walkthrough for the custom data importer, the app that will help you import, export objects, records, fields, relations, and custom values from CSVs into your GoHighLevel. So first, I wanted to show you a little bit here in this dashboard. This is where you'll initially want to connect and authenticate the app. And it should show green authenticated and give you your location and your user role on the top. Here's a support button. If you have any questions or issues come up, just send me a message and I'll check everything and make sure things are going well. Help section. This kind of gives you an overview, but I'm going to give you a walkthrough for now. Okay, so as you can see, we load initially custom objects, and for each custom object we'll be loading fields. A lot of these are just example fields. You'll see the field type over here, which will be relevant later on. In the first tab, you'll be able to choose whether you want to import objects or import fields. And for each of these options, you'll see some kind of help information if relevant. And you'll also have a template that will be customized for your particular upload. In this case, objects. There is going to be no kind of specific, we don't need anything from your instance to give you a CSV template, but for something like, for example, records, you'll see that we'll create some kind of custom fields for each of our custom template that will hold each of the fields that you already have on that particular object. Okay, so importing fields as well. We'll ask you to select which object you're wanting to insert fields for. And then we'll continue the next step. And here we have some more guide information. Now, importing objects and fields can be a little bit more heavy because there's so many attributes that they can have. And so you might need to reference this guide. When you download this template, and here, first I'll tell you, here is a folder key because you'll be able to organize these fields into a folder. Actually, it'll be mandatory. So we'll need to get that in there as well. We're going to download a template, and then I'm just going to show you. Let me just switch the screen for a second. Show you how this looks. So this is for this particular template, I've given a long, normally the examples have only one row. For this one, I've given 11 rows of examples because we want to go through kind of each of these different data types, what is an appropriate input for them. So yeah, as you can see, we're going to have a description. Besides that, we're going to have some placeholder values that you can put in there. This show in forms is also necessary. For options, you're going to want to use that bar to delineate between options. Accepted formats are only applicable. Max file limits only applicable. Certain of these are only applicable for specific types of field types, data types. Okay. So once you get that updated, now I'm in Numbers, but this would also be in Google Sheets or in Excel. You'd want to export that as a CSV. And once that gets exported as a CSV, we can go ahead and upload it. Now, in this case, I'll go through and show you creating something like a checkbox, for example. I'm just going to go and delete some of these rows. Okay. Great. So I'm going to say opted in, for example. Data type is a checkbox. Did contact opt in for newsletter. Okay. Options are going to be yes or no. And that's about everything that is needed there. Okay, so now I'm going to go to File. I'm going to export to a CSV. Okay. Custom fields import. All right. Now let's go back to our high level. And I'm going to browse my files and upload my CSV. As you can see, there's a little data preview that will generate. We'll import the fields, and we'll get a little toast. If there's any error, this is where it will come up. And if there is an error, and there shouldn't be, then this would be a good opportunity to reach out. Again, for records, we have a bunch of similar modalities. Now, you might understand or know from GoHighLevel that for context, you can import contacts through a CSV already, but for custom objects, you cannot. Currently, it's not supported. So this is an opportunity to select an object and import records. Again, depending on what object you select, we will provide you with the available fields as well as create a customized template for your particular object. I'll open this up and give you a little view here in a second. So next we have this update records as well. So for update records, maybe we have additional field information that we want to put in there. Maybe we want to bulk change some values, in which case we will have, for contacts, maybe an upsert. In that case, you'll be able to both update and insert contacts. There's no, again, option for that for custom objects, so this is providing that option. We're going to continue to the upload, get that template, and again, these templates are including the custom fields that have been configured. So let me just get you to see that right now. Okay. So again, in numbers, we'll see for the insert, make, and year are the only two fields that I have here on the car object. And for the update, we're also including the ID. Now, how do you get the ID? Well, there also is no way. So if you visit, let me go back and show you high level. So if you are visiting a, let's see if I have anything open here. Let me see. Okay, let's get in here. I think this is in a different sub account, so hold on, bear with me. Maybe I'll be able to cut this. So as we visit one of these custom objects, we are going to find that there is no way to see the ID, not in the URL. So you might be able to select a record, but you might not be able to actually see any ID information. Here we can get it from the URL, to be honest. I did not see that before. So you could do it, but if you have a long list of records, hundreds or thousands, it's not practical to do it this way. So we've created a route here that will also handle that. So if we go back, besides update records, we have an export record service. So we can hit our cars, we can hit our export record, and we'll get that CSV loaded in. And let me just get you to see this. Yeah, so there you'll see that CSV with the ID and some system fields and certain field values. Okay, so this is how we're going to get our primary ID so that we can then create the necessary map for an update if we want to update. Okay, let's go back here. Now, import record relations. So as you know, objects can be associated with each other. This might be in the case that you want to associate an invoice with an order. You might want to associate a piece of inventory with a vehicle, depending on what your business is. So here we're going to select one of our objects. And we'll see some kind of available associations with which describe a little bit here. This is the association title, car to products is what I named it, so that's why it appears a million times. Here you'll actually see from object to object, so this is object 1 and object 2. That's how it is defined in GoHighLevel on the back end. There's an object 1 and an object 2 in an association. Okay, so I will select which association I want to work with, and then I'll be downloading this CSV, which will already have the associations in the correct order in the template to ensure that the correct relations are being defined. So this is showing you basically an association ID from the selected association and some just placeholders, but you'll be able to see custom objects, car record ID, custom objects, product record ID. So this is letting you know that we need to take a car record ID in this column, and in this column we'll need to take a product record ID. Okay, moving on. We have, let me get out of here. We have custom values now. This might be helpful for people who are doing onboarding forms and they have like a CSV of all the values for a given client. Pretty straightforward. So here we have existing custom values. Obviously I have a lot of tests from this whole process. Template is very simple for inserting new values, and I will show you that here in a second. We also have, of course, the option to update existing values, and we'll also have a separate template that will include all of your agency or sub-accounts custom values for that particular agency or sub-account. So let me get you up into numbers real quick. Okay, so in numbers, as you can see, this is a list of all the custom value IDs for this location, the name, and the current value. So I can go in here and make a bunch of test demo, hangout meeting link, again, Savvy Sales. Okay, I can save, I can file. Sorry, let me just do it. I don't want to save, actually, I want to export to CSV. I want to save it as custom values export. Okay, and then we'll go back. Wonderful. So get back in here. I'll upload my CSV. In this case, I'm just demoing this particular. I'm just downloading scanning screen. As you can see, there's a preview window. It will show you the values that we put in here. We're going to go ahead and update values. And while there might be an error, I believe, for this one because I left one of the values empty, which is expected. Okay, no, we were perfect. Great. As you can see, we have the ID of the value on the location. So I'm trying to deliver as much, functionality in this as quickly as possible. So I wanted to make sure people had access to this because custom objects are a great way to work on your sub-accounts architecture and basically create the right data structure for your business. If there's anything that I'm missing from here, let me know in the comments or send me an email, david@savvysales.ai. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope this can be a help to people. All right, bye.